attribute. Now already know what is attribute. Attributes are the descriptive properties of the entity set. So here entity set is what? Student. Here the attributes are roll number, name and class. Okay, so we will talk in details, say different types of attributes, a single value attribute, multi-value attribute, compound or composite attribute, simple or atomic attribute, stored and derived attribute, complex attribute, key and non-key attributes, required attributes, optional or null value attributes. Okay, so each entity can be described by a set of attribute value pair. Okay, so that means what? Say one entity set is student is there. So the attributes are what? Roll number, name, phone, age, address, hobby. So say roll number 1, name say Raju, say phone number P1, age say 20, okay, address say A1 and hobby say cricket. Similarly, roll number 2, name say Rani, okay, phone number P2, age say 18, address say A2, hobby say basketball. So this is what each entity can be described by a set of attribute value pair. Okay, so this is the attribute and these are the values. So through this attribute value pair we can identify each and every entity. Next concept is what is domain or value set. Now for each attribute there is a set of permitted values. These are called domain. Okay, set of permitted values. For example, name. Now the set of all text string of a certain length. Okay, so you have to assign the maximum length. We can maximum name of the student we can assign. Now classes. Now classes maybe we have to select the class in between these three options only. Say BE, BSc and BCA. So that means what? We set the domain. Similarly, if it is a age minimum age should be the 18 and maximum age should be the 35. So here we can restrict the values. Okay, here we can say the permitted values, or we can enter the values in between only these two. So these are the examples of domain. Okay, so domain is what? Set of permitted values called the domain. Next is what? Say simple. Now we will see one by one. So first is simple attribute. The attribute, they have not been divided into subparts. Say for example class. So class may be say BCA, it may be say BSc, okay, or if it is a BS, gender say male, okay, are you getting? Gender female, male. So these are the examples of what? It's a simple attribute, because we cannot divide this into two parts, a male, female, we cannot divide this one. Next word, composite attribute. Now in composite attribute, now it can be divided into subparts. For example, name. Okay, suppose student name is there. Name we can divide into three parts. Say first name, okay, middle name and the last name. Similarly, if it is a address of the student, we can divide this into few more parts. Say we can write street, we can write say city, we can write district, okay, we can write state, country and etc. Similarly, if it is a date of birth, we can divide into say we can write day, we can write month. Are you getting this one? We can insert a year. So name, address, date of birth, the example of the composite attribute. Now let we have a entity set, say student. Now the attribute name we can say name. But name is what? Name is a composite attribute. So we can add as like this way, first name, we can write middle name, okay, we can write like last name. First name, middle name, last name. Similarly, if it is a address is there, and address is what? It is a composite attribute. So here you have to write say street, city, okay, district, state. But if it is a gender, so if it is a gender, it's a simple attribute, so no need to break it. What are you getting this one? Now say if it's a class, we cannot break the class. So gender, class, these are the example of simple attribute. Name, address, both are the example of composite attribute. Next is single value attribute. Now here the attributes have a single value for a particular entity. Are you getting this one? Say roll number. Say roll number. So it should be the single, and through which you can identify any of the attribute, any of the entity. Similarly, say the we can say the phone, or you can say department. It should be the single value. There must be one single department. The student must enroll in under a single department. So the attribute have a single value for a particular entity is called single valued. So roll number, are you getting this? Roll number, department. So roll number, gender, class, department, all are what? All are simple as well as single. Okay. Now name, it is a single valued, but it is also composite. So we'll talk about multi-valued attribute. Now the multi-value attribute have a more than one value for a particular entity. So we can see, now we may add say phone number. Okay. Now a student can have more than one phone number. So phone number we can say it is nothing but our multi-valued attribute. Are you getting this one? So we can say it is a multi-valued attribute. Similarly, we can, if you add subject ID here also, subject ID, so a student can enroll in any number of subjects, so it should also be the multi-valued attribute. So a student should have only one roll number, one name, but student can have more than one phone number also. Student should have only one class, it is a single valued. Department is a single valued, but subject ID, it should be the multi-valued. Student can have roll number, subject ID more than one. Student can have more than one phone numbers. So subject ID, phone number, these are the multi-valued attributes. Okay, so the attribute have a more than one value for a particular entity. Next is what derived and stored attribute. Now the role for this type of attribute can be derived from the values of other related attributes or entity. Now for example, a very popular example is there, that is called age. The question is how to get age. So we can get age using the system date minus date of birth. From this particular we can calculate the age. Okay, because the age will be what? It is not fixed. So we can, if you want to put age here, say this is we want to add age. Okay, so age is nothing but the derived attribute, and we can derive it from the stored attribute. So from the stored attribute, so date of birth is what? Stored attribute. So from the stored attribute date of birth, and from the system date of the computer, we can calculate the age. That is the example of derived attribute. Similarly, say roll number, marks are there, say marks 1 and marks 2. Now from this roll number, marks 1 and marks 2, we can calculate the say average of the marks. So to calculate average of the marks, we can calculate like this way, say marks 1 plus marks 2 divided by 2. So marks 1 and marks 2, these are nothing but the stored attribute, and average marks is nothing but the derived attribute. Next is what? Role of null value. When an entity does not have a value for it, the null value may indicate not applicable. That is, the value does not exist for that entity. Okay, now we can say student roll number is there, roll number, names are there. Okay, say roll number 1, 2, 3. Say first name, middle name, last name. So first name, say you can say Mahinder Singh Dhoni. So Mahinder Singh Dhoni. So first name is there, middle name is there, last name is there. But if it is say Kapil Dev. So no middle name is there. Here we have to put null. So similarly, Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Okay, so Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. So all the parts are there. So we can put Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. So instead, so if the data is not there, if it is not applicable or the data is missing, in such case we may use the null value inside particular attribute. Okay, so sometimes if the data is missing, okay, or not known or not applicable, in such case we may put the null value. Next is what? Key attribute. The attribute which uniquely identify each entity is called the key attribute. Say entity name is, entity set is students. Here roll number, name and class. So three attributes are there, and roll number, through roll number we can identify each entity uniquely. So the roll number will be the key attribute, and other are called the non-key attributes. So name and class, these are nothing but what? These are non-key attributes. Okay, so in student, so three attributes are there: roll number, name, class. So roll number will be what? It is a key attribute. So the underline of that particular, after that, it is nothing but we can represent it by, that means it is what? It is key attribute. Next is what? Complex attribute. Okay, now in complex attribute which is both composite and multi-valued, it is called the complex attribute. Now you can see here. Now student entity sets roll number, it is a primary key, okay, primary attribute or key attribute. Now gender is what? It is simple and single. Age is what? It is derived attribute. Now subject ID is what? It should be the multi-valued attribute, because a student can enroll more than one subject. Now name is what? It is a single valued attribute, because a student should have only single name, but it is a composite, because first name, we can divide this name into three parts: first name, middle name and last name. Now address is, you can say it is a composite attribute, because here address, we can divide this address into three parts: a street, city and state. Now if this particular college allow to enter more than one address, that means what? Address will be the multi-valued too. Okay, so this is the example of complex attribute, which is both composite as well as multi-valued. So you can see the differentiate. You can see differentiate this one. If you see this one, this is multi-valued, but it is not composite. This is what? Composite, but not valued. But this is the example of both. It is the example of complex, which is both composite as well as multi-valued. Okay, so that means what? We can say students, the addresses are there. Say we can say address 1, address 2 and address 3. Now you can say street 1, city 1, state 1, city 2, okay, street 2, city 2, state 2 and so on. Similarly, if it is an author can write any number of books, say books 1, books 2 and books 3. Okay, now if it is a book, there may be by part, say book ID, book name, okay, and say price. Similarly, book ID, book name, price, book ID, book name, price. So student, so address, author, we can say this is a what? Complex attribute. Finally, we'll talk about the required attribute. Now attribute must have a value. So we can say student table is there. It is a primary key, primary attribute. So through this we can identify any of the an entity. But here if you put not null means what? We have to enter this particular, anyhow we have to enter the value. Say anyhow we have to enter, say Raju, okay, Rani. Now if you want this particular blank, so if a student is there, there must be some name. So here say Kabir, we cannot put blank. So we cannot, so it is not null. We have to assign it is a not null. Okay, now class, say it may be say BE, okay, it may be BCA. Now say allowed. Now here if you put allowed, if you put null value here allowed, so you can put null here. That means what? Right now it is not known. In the near future we can enter. So name will be the required attribute. Okay, here we have to put the values. That is the end of this particular video. The next video will talk about relational constraint. Thank you very much.